So nowadays, golfers want kind of as much information, even in their practice, as possible to help you to become a more consistent golfer. And the more accurate your feedback, the easier it is to kind of stick with the right thing or change something to make sure your game's improving. So in today's video, we're going to test my Trackman 4, which in my opinion is the leading launch monitor in world golf, against the SkyTrak launch monitor, which I had years and years ago and I've managed to get my hands on for this video. But both launch monitors are at very, very different price points. Right then, so the Trackman 4 launch monitor, which I use in my coaching and my videos, is, like I said at the start, my opinion, the leading launch monitor in the marketplace today. It's a dual radar, so it's Doppler radar that tracks the center of gravity of the club head and the center of gravity of the golf ball to deliver some unbelievably accurate information so that you can analyze ball flight, how far you're hitting it, what's happening in the golf swing. And it really is a top-end piece of equipment. The negative is it comes with a top-end price tag, and certainly for the indoor and outdoor model I've got, you're spending over £20,000, which if you're watching in America or elsewhere in the world, you can work out is a really good sum of money, where the SkyTrak launch monitor is a camera-based system, much more affordable at just under £2,000 in the UK. So even though I'm not expecting the SkyTrak to deliver the same volume of information on everything, I think it might be a great piece of kit if you're somebody that, you know, is looking to get some really good feedback on ball flight, ball speed, how far you're hitting the ball, so that when you practice, you can really be getting dialed in as possible. But let's see how good SkyTrak is against Trackman 4. Right then guys, so a massive price difference in these two launch monitors and not really aimed at the same market, if I'm being honest. So SkyTrak's taking pictures of the golf ball to give us some performance for golf ball. It'll give us a little bit of information about club head speed, whereas Trackman measures a lot of other stuff. But for the general golfer out there who's maybe not needing that level of information and isn't looking to spend that amount of money on Trackman, just going to test how similar the numbers are with golf ball from SkyTrak to Trackman. They do measure slightly differently. So SkyTrak's taking a series of pictures as I strike the golf ball, and there's a little red dot on the floor that the cameras put down so the golf ball's in the right place. Trackman sits behind and measures where the CG of the club head is from kind of knee height to knee height, and also the CG of the golf ball. So there's two radars in my Trackman 4, but I'm going to start off just hitting some little half swings with lob wedge, work on some full swings up onto driver. Let's see how similar the ball numbers are and why, if they are different, why that's the case. So I've also got SkyTrak in an extra little case. Now for a lot of golfers, and this is my only concern with some of the camera-based stuff, maybe some of the higher handicap golfers and guys who don't strike it quite as well, do you think having a launch monitor that close can be, for some people, a little bit off-putting? So I've got my numbers coming up from Trackman that I'll show you. I've also screen recorded in the iPad so I can see both numbers. But let's start off, little half swing with lob wedge. So we can see there, SkyTrak saying carry 66, total 70. Trackman saying carry 60 and 63. We're looking at 8,273 spin with Trackman, 8,215, so very similar on backspin. And we're looking at launch angle 29 on SkyTrak, 29.1. Ball speed 61 against 59. And club speed 67 against 57. So we're seeing instantly there a little bit of a difference, particularly in club head speed. Actual ball speed was very, very close, but club speed was very, very different. Okay, so let's go a little bit longer with this one. So carry 78, carry 82, spin 9,600, 9,600, launch 32.7 against 33, ball speed 71 on Trackman, 73 on SkyTrak. So very, very close. So I'm going to put that away and I'm going to move up to 7-iron. Hit a couple of full shots. Now certainly there, if anything, SkyTrak may be just measuring club head speed a little bit quicker. Now, I'm not 100% sure on this, but generally speaking, and I only saying this because of when I used to have GC Quad, a lot of the camera-based stuff measures club head speed as when it first makes contact with the golf ball, whereas Trackman actually measures at full compression. So you do normally see a little bit of a difference in club head speed. But let's move up to 7-iron. But numbers there on the pitch shots, fairly similar. So 168 carry with Trackman, 183 on SkyTrak. Looking at 173 total, so stopping quite quickly. 196 on SkyTrak. Club head speed, again showing faster on SkyTrak at 92 against 87. Ball speed showing at 122 against 125. Spin rate 6.2 on Trackman, 5.3 on SkyTrak. And that launch angle again, very, very close. Okay, so again, decent numbers. So I'm going to make a similar swing and see how consistent those results tend to be. And you can see with both of those showing me that little draw. So not quite as good a strike. Just hanging to the right. So we're seeing 156 carry against 171 and 161 total against 182. Again, seeing slightly quicker club head speed and ball speed and slightly lower spin with SkyTrak. All right, let's go one more 7-iron. So more similar to the first one. Again, you see both of them drawing. Good shots. So again, we're looking at 165 carry against 183, 170 total against 195. Again, we're seeing more spin with Trackman. We're seeing a slightly slower club head speed with Trackman and ball speed down very, very slightly. So definitely so far, from an ego perspective, SkyTrak definitely showing me that I'm swinging quicker, hitting it further. What I would say is it's consistently that little bit out to Trackman, so the numbers are very, very consistent. So let's move up to, let's go for a couple of 5-irons. Maybe just one 5-iron, and then we'll work up to driver. So we can see 191.5 carry with Trackman. Only 187 carry with SkyTrak. 201.4 against 202 total. Looking at ball speed was a lot quicker with Trackman there at 131 against 126. And then club head speed was pretty similar at 90.5 compared to 91. Backspin at 5.1 against 4.7. Right, so that was interesting for me because that felt a very, very good strike. And yet I didn't really on SkyTrak see any more pickup in ball speed and club speed than I did from 7-iron. But I did see the pickup in Trackman. So that's where we started to see a little bit maybe of inconsistency. Right, so I've just moved SkyTrak slightly further away because the ball's up on the tee now. Let's go with driver and see how similar, because first kind of really longer shot there, we kind of saw a bit of a discrepancy. So a little bit low, a little bit hooky, not done what I needed to there. But if we look, we're looking at 238 carry, 270 total on Trackman against 229, 264. Ball speed at 154, exactly the same. Club head speed at 104. Backspin at 1700 against 2-1, which again would explain why we saw a difference in carry and run out between the two monitors. Right, let's go one more with driver. Let's see if we can get a really good solid one that just doesn't shape too much. So felt better. We can see pretty similar shapes, just setting off in slightly different positions. And we saw 248 carry 274 against 254 272. Very different spin rates again there. We saw 3,000 with Trackman. It did feel a little bit low off the face against 2.4. So we saw lower spin from there. Club head speeds, again, very similar, 103 to 104. And ball speed, 155 with Trackman against 151 with SkyTrak. And 12-degree launch angle. Right, so we could see there the numbers weren't identical. Now, part of that with ball is I just think it measures very, very slightly. So then club head speed, like I said, camera-based tends to be at first impact with the golf ball, whereas Trackman's at full compression of the golf ball. So we do see some different numbers. Now, what I thought was very positive is I thought that the numbers were very, very consistent with SkyTrak. So whether they were a little bit further with the irons distance-wise and club head speed looked quicker, it was pretty similar shot to shot with SkyTrak. And we saw that level of consistency with Trackman. We saw, certainly when I hit that 5-iron shot, there was a little bit of a discrepancy between the two and maybe a bigger change than I thought. And certainly with driver, SkyTrak was definitely showing less spin. So numbers are different. And I think if you're just somebody who is looking for golf ball data, you know, SkyTrak is a great piece of kit. I mean, there's lots and lots, I mean, probably even within the next month or so of this video coming out, there'll be more and more stuff at even cheaper price points than SkyTrak. But I think where SkyTrak's really, really good is, yes, you got the ball data on the basic practice session that I've done today, but you can also sign up for memberships for simulator play. There's some great golf courses. The graphics are really, really good on that. So as additional little add-ons on there, you can really build this into a great home simulator. It's something that you can, very portable, and you can take down to the range and practice. You could hit some shots on the golf course with it as well if you want. For me as a coach, you know, the Trackman just gives me so much information on club delivery and then some of the software on there with on-course stuff, the optimizer. Really, really helps me as a coach get the best feedback possible for the guys stood in front of me so that we can make the changes we want. SkyTrak isn't really, for me, giving you any feedback about golf swing. That's fine. But I think if you're just looking for golf ball data, SkyTrak is absolutely unbelievable. You know, it's still not amazingly cheap at just under £2,000, but for that level of feedback with some of the add-ons you can get on there, I think it's phenomenal value with that. Again, everything, whether it's good value, comes down to what is a lot of money to you. You know, I know a lot of guys out there who actually have their own Trackman to practice with, and if that level of money isn't a huge sum for you, or you're that committed and keen on your golf, you'll want to go out and get the Trackman, get everything that you get from that. Some great things where you can then do the Trackman Combine, compare yourself against some of the best players in the world. So two very, very different pieces of kit in what they can deliver. But for today's video, when we were just looking at golf ball performance and how far we hit the ball, I thought they were both very, very good. And at the price point SkyTrak's at, if that's your budget, you should definitely be looking at SkyTrak, whether it be down on the range, on the course, or whether you're building your own home simulator like I've got. You can then practice all year round and get some really good numbers. And I do love this kind of kit, not so much on really full shots, but when golfers are practicing partial wedge shots, you can stay really, really dialed in and really help you score as well as you can. And who wouldn't want to be playing virtual golf when it's cold, wet, windy, or snowing outside? I'd much rather be in nice short sleeve shirt, nice and warm, and really enjoying your golf. So guys, hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, like and share it, comment below, and I'll get back to as many people as I can. If you've enjoyed today's content and you don't currently subscribe, please consider clicking that subscribe button, ringing that notification bell, and then you'll find out whenever I drop a new video. Follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here soon. Stay in contact.